What's going on, guys? All right, we are back with more Ecto-1 build. We're getting there, slowly but surely. We are on issue 24, which is parts pack 87 through 90. And if I'm not mistaken, we should be on the driver's side rear door of the car. Putting that together, getting that mounted, and then we should be moving on to the back glass on the driver's side. It's getting there, and it's looking perfect. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Started up school.
That's good. Yep, school started back up. We did not finish the Ecto-1 over the summer like we planned on doing because life gets in the way and things happen. But we're getting there. We're going to start cranking this thing out and getting it done. So with further ado, let's get into issue 24 of our Ecto-1. We are going to be doing, looks like, the door, the inside door parts for the rear door, just like we did the front. We have the window that goes up and down, I believe. And then, yeah, we are doing the back glass. So there's glass right there, and that's pretty much it for this build, or this pack. It's very easy. Let's look at the back of the parts thing. Let's see what we got. Okay, painting the town. Oh yeah, so this is painting the town. They used a real building for the apartment complex. Where all the stuff happened. And they have the final scene up on the roof. So that's a real building in New York, but they CGI'd the top level, and all of that's fake. But it's really cool. Like, you can go there in New York and you can see the building. I doubt they'll let you go up because I don't know what level it stops at, and then the rest is CGI. I think that building in real life is apartment complexes. I don't know for a fact. Oh yeah, it's 550 South Central, or 550 Central Park West. Doesn't say. I'm sure if I read this whole thing, it'll talk about it, but I'm not going to read this whole thing right now. But it's really cool. And then, yeah, here's another photo of it. So you can see the CGI up top, and that's from Central Park. And it is legit, like that Central Park area, and then you have the top part. I want to say like the top 2 stories are all CGI. And then, of course, the iconic music of Ghostbusters and the actual intro is Ray Parker Jr. Everybody knows that song. Everybody knows the Ghostbusters theme. It's iconic, especially around the holidays. Or not holidays. I guess the holidays.
Around Halloween.
Halloween holidays is what I mean. You're not going to play that on Christmas. I mean, you could. I mean, we'd play it on a Christmas day. I mean, it's a good song. But very iconic, and I'm sure he made millions on that song alone just from the different Ghostbusters movies. All right, and then we have a couple of the practical effects they did. When the Marshmallow Man, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, catches on fire, it's a practical effect. They actually had an actor set on fire in the suit, and they showed that, which is really cool. I love practical effects over CGI, because some CGI stuff, it just looks really bad, especially in that time period. It just wasn't great. CGI was just starting out, and if you look back at it, you could see compared to nowadays. But then we have some other stuff here. It looks like he is the producer, so this is one of the producers, Michael Gross, producer of the Ghostbusters movie. And then
special effects
and the artist, also the the guy that made what is his name? What is his name? The evil guy. Hang on, I'm looking. Anyways, I can't think of his name. Oh, sorry, Virgo. I don't know why I blanked that. Virgo. This guy. Virgo, the bad guy. So he is the guy that did all this stuff for Virgo. A lot of cool stuff there. He did a lot of the makeup stuff and the practical effects for Virgo as well. And that is it. So, you ready to get into this?
I am.
All right, let's start building. We're going to do what we did before. We're just going to kind of cruise through it, get it knocked out. We might do 2 videos in this one. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But let's get into issue 24, parts pack 87. And we're going to do that right now. We'll kind of show the parts kit, and then we will explain what we're going to do and just show you the after and how it's installed. Simple as that. All right, let's do it. All right, we have pack 87 done, and all we had to do was, this is the inside door panel right here. We had a gear here and a gear here, and then we had 2 tiny little strips right there and right there of felt, and that's to protect the window going up and down, makes it a little easier. We also have our door from our last video here, still looking beautiful. So we have that, and we're going to be needing that for the next pack, because moving on to pack 88, we are doing more of the door. So we have door handle, and then it looks like we have a couple more gears right here for the window, and then we are going to install the window into the door, and then everything comes together right here. So we have the door all together, and then we have to move some wiring. We have to hook the wiring up to the door and the switches, so that'll be done, and then we can move on. And then yeah, the door is mounted. So we're gonna knock this out real quick. It shouldn't take us too long. So far so good, no issues. I think we had issues with the door last time, trying to get the window lined up and moving up and down, because you can actually sit there and, you know, lift the window, but again, we're not going to have the window going up and down. That's not what we plan on doing with it. So we're going to keep all the windows probably closed for display and then just go that route. So let's get this thing knocked out. We'll see you guys in a few. All right, we got the gears all installed in the door, and we have our final product. We have a few fingerprints on the glass. So we did run into an issue. It's not a huge thing, but it was kind of frustrating. I had to put a little bit of, oil on the gears that are in there because they kept binding up. I kept trying to take apart the gears and put them in a different way, tightening, loosening certain ones. I still couldn't get them to function properly. The window does go up and down freely, but you can't use the little window crank. It just binds up. So by pulling the glass up, that's why there's so many fingerprints on there. It will go up and down if I press it. That's fine. We're going to detail this thing really good before we put everything together. We're going to wipe everything down, get the dust off of it. At one point I did have our thing covered, but since we started building, I completely forgot to cover it back up. So it's a little dusty. It's not bad, but it definitely needs to be dusted off with a microfiber and blown off with canned air and everything. But needless to say, we are done with the door. Now we can move on to the next part, and that's going to be the wiring. So we're going to be connecting the switches right here from the wiring harness into the actual body of the car, and then mount the door itself. So we're going to knock that out real quick, and we'll show you guys once the door is mounted, which means we have to move this giant body around and get it situated properly. We'll show you guys that in just a second. All right, guys, we have parts pack 88 done. It's kind of a pain in the butt. There's a little key piece that goes in. I'll show you in just a second. That was a pain to try to get lined up. It's just a small little piece, but it was kind of a pain to get in. But we have the door mounted. We had tried to figure out how to get the wiring, the door switch put on the correct direction, because if you don't do it correct, it's weird, and it's kind of the instructions don't really explain very well on how to put it in. But we figured it out, and this is what it looks like with the door on. All right, we have the door on, and this is what I was talking about right here. This little piece right here was a pain in the butt to get on. And then we have our door switch here, and go ahead and open the door. Here, just pop this like that, and you can see the door opens and closes. And this is how the switch goes right here. It's kind of weird to see, but it's in, it's done. It closes up perfectly, just like that. There we go. Door is done. Now we're gonna move on to the window. All right, just like that, door's done. Now we're moving into 89, which is left rear window skirting and frame right there. And that is very straightforward. It's just a frame. I think glass is there. We'll install the glass. Yep, we do have the glass, and we'll be putting that in. But right now it is 89 is just the skirting. So we're gonna put all of that together, and it's just a lot of framing, the chrome pieces inside, a lot of sticking that stuff together. And I do know from watching other people that have done these builds, there is some issues, hopefully we don't have, where the chrome pieces pop out because they're not really curved. So we'll see if we have that problem. All right, we're gonna get into this, and we'll show you guys what it looks like when it's done. All right, guys, so I just wanted to show you this. So we have our frame here, and then we're putting these little chrome pieces. Now this was flat before. So it tells you in the instructions that you have to bend this, and all I did to bend the chrome was I just slowly shaped it with my finger to get it to where it's that curve, and that will go into there just like that. And then without pulling off the back tape, you're just kind of setting it to make sure that we're good, and that's pretty good. I mean, that is there. It's kind of hard to see, bad angles. It's hard to see, but it's in there. I shaped it with my finger, very easy. And then once we put down the sticky tape, it'll hold. And we might have to shape the other pieces as well, like right here on the curve, but it should be very easy. So we're gonna try this, get it on, and go from there. Fingers crossed, we don't have any problems. All right, guys, so we have the frame, the chrome pieces in. I don't like the way they designed this. To me, it should have all just been there, or they should have had the pieces pre-bent. So we're gonna have the same issues that a lot of people are having issues with. And if you could see right here, this corner piece, you have to bend this because this is flat. So, and it's a pretty good curve right there. And it's not extremely noticeable, but it's popped out, and it'll keep popping out. There's people that have talked about putting like epoxy down and clamping it and all this stuff. So we're gonna try to do that once we get everything together. I wish it would have just already been on here. I get the fact that they want you to kind of do a lot of the work, but something like that, come on, just pre-bend it. It's not hard. But it's there, it's done. So now we can move on to, and that was literally it. We have parts pack 90 now, and that is one more piece of chrome stripping that goes in the middle, and then we are installing the windows and then getting that under the car, and then we're done. And I think we're just gonna do one video in this one. We were gonna do 2 boxes, but It's just taking us a little longer than what we thought, so because we had some technical problems. But we're gonna try to get this in and installed, and we'll show you guys the final product. It's looking great. Can't wait. All right, guys, we are done with parts pack 90, and that means we are done with this issue, thankfully. Issue 24 is in the books. Let me show you guys what the final product looks like. All right, there she is. Door is in. And then what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a little clip for this and put some adhesive in there and just kind of clamp it down. It's not bad, but it's annoying. But it's in, door's done. It's looking good. Looking real good. And that is it. That is all of parts pack 24, 87 through 90. I think we did a good job. A few issues here and there, but it wasn't that bad. What do you think about the overall build so far?
It's crazy how much thought has been put into the Ecto-1 inside the door,
right?
Out.
Yeah. When they create a model kit like this, they put a lot of detail into it, and you have to do a lot whenever you're building these things. And there's a lot of little things here and there that, we have to fix and modify and everything. I think it looks really good. I can't wait to have this thing on display. It's going to be, really cool. It's going to be a focal point of conversation when we have people over. I'm not sure if I'm going to have it in my office, which is also, where we do all of our videos, or if I'm going to have it in our front room of our house so people can see it whenever they come in, because I would like to have this on display where everybody can see it. The amount of work that we put into this thing and time, granted we've only worked on it here and there, we've took some time off and had challenges trying to find time and everything, but I think it's going really good so far. We're going to try to keep knocking videos out and getting everything taken care of with this so we can have it behind us and done. We're getting there, just slowly chipping away at it. Hope you guys liked this video. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I have seen a couple of your guys' comments. I will respond to those shortly. There's a couple videos I want to do, kind of focusing on, an update on me leaving law enforcement and everything. That's another topic of discussion. But again, hope you guys like. Please comment down below, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.